Jesus. Steady on there, lad.
Today, I'm gonna do fried chicken. And it's easy. So, what you need buttermilk, which I don't have. So I'm gonna use some Greek yogurt and water it down. So, in a bowl, you need some Greek yogurt. I'm gonna use all of this. You could water it down with milk. I ain't going to. I'm just going to use some cold water. Simple as that. There you go. Yeehaw! A whisk. Don't even know why I've got that now. So, if you want it to be spicy, some chili flakes. You can get some. So all these ingredients that go in here, garlic accepted, is dry, and obviously the liquid isn't dry, but so a good bit of chili flakes. Good bit of black pepper. Well, I'm doing this about 4 or 5 hours in advance. Ideally you want to do it overnight or even 2 days. And I'm not going to use that salt, I'm going to use Kunsel salt. So good bit of salt. And what the salt will do is it'll help to get the flavours to go in. So I'm going to put in a pinch of thyme. Good pinch. I know I've got thyme in a lot of recipes, but look, that's a big thing of thyme, and it went out of date in 2013, so that's the beauty of dried goods. If you keep them dry, it won't really go off. And that thyme still smells pretty decent, doesn't it? You can smell it from here, can't you?
No.
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
Right, so garlic, you can either crush it up. I've got a microplane grater, so.
First vaccinations this week, but the surgery looks.
And then the adverts come on.
I nearly went to A&E.
So you know me, I like my garlic.
We'll come back when that's done.
No, that's it done.
Oh.
You missed your opportunity there. So give that a good mix in there. Then with your chicken wings. Chicken wings are cheap and nutritious. And I also find with certain meats, like meats on the bone like chicken wings, if you freeze them beforehand, when you defrost them, more of the liquids come out.
Like so.
As you can see, so. I'll give this a good coating in the mix. So, if you want, you could cover that and put it straight in the fridge like that. But I'm going to put it into a Ziploc bag, so you don't need to see that. Right, so put it all in, liquid included. You get that all in there. Now you want to try and get as much air out of this as possible. So you might need 2 people. or maybe not. So I can squeeze it down, squeeze it back upon itself, and lock the zip. So my zip lock is gone and buggered, so it's not the end of the world. And we're just going to put that in there, and we're going to stick that in the fridge 4 or 5 hours or overnight, and we'll come back with the cooking part.
Jeez.
So, once your chicken's been in the fridge overnight, now's the time to flour it. So, you need to put it in a colander, drain off the excess into the sink. So give it a good shake.
Shake it, shake it, shake it.
Right.
Twerk.
So then, in a separate bowl, 3 ham stock cubes. We're going to use buckwheat flour because it's gluten free, but just normal plain flour is all you need. So I'm going to put in 3 spoonfuls of that to begin with, and we're just going to crumble up this stock cube through the flour. So do that until it's all incorporated, and then we'll come back. So once you've got all that incorporated, and I mean you really need to make sure there's no big lumps in there, you could add in your blend of herbs and spices. So I've got some cumin. So not too much. 2 sort of level dessert spoons. Smoked paprika, if I can get the blooming thing open. Oops, a daisy. We're making all sorts of noises. So about a teaspoonful of smoked paprika. I've got dried rosemary here. If you've got fresh, you'd have to chop it up really fine. But I'm only going to put in a wee sprinkle, maybe like a teaspoon. And then, of course, the dried thyme, which I've got in many things. So a good pinch between the fingers and thumb. And then, of course, plenty black pepper. I was going to put chili flakes in, but then I just realised that I've got chili flakes in the chicken. So if you want it spicier, you can do that. And then some salt. Not too much salt, mind, because there's salt in that stock cubes. So I want to give them a rub in until that's all incorporated. Smells alright to me. And then add some more flour. Now I don't have anything on yet. Don't even have the oven preheated. Because the first thing you actually need to do is when you flour this, you need to let it sit for a few minutes. Don't have to, but it certainly helps. And what this does is it gives the flour a chance to absorb some of the it gives the flour a chance to be absorbed into that buttermilk stroke yogurt mix. So I'm going to do all of these and then come back. So just doing these last few, If you've got the room, don't pile them on top of one another, but it doesn't make much of a noise. Keep one hand clean so that you're not getting dirt everywhere. But when you do one wing at a time, a handful of the mix, and press it into the wing, both sides. Give it a shake off any excess, and you'll see some of them that were done earlier, the moisture's starting to come through again, which is good. That means it's going to stick and you'll get a nice crispy coating. You could do this, you could probably do this with corn flour if you wanted. I dare say you could do it with maize flour like polenta. Or a mixture of flours. Self-raising wouldn't do it any harm, I don't suppose. Might make it slightly lighter, don't know, I'm being honest. But yeah, that's all that done, so I'm going to get my hands all tidied up and come back. Right, so after about 10-15 minutes, the flour will have really stuck in and you'll see some of it starting to go a bit wet. So that's going to make a nice crust. So in a big pan, oh that's hot to say, I've got beef dripping. You could use lard if you want it to be more authentic. I've got about a centimetre deep in there. I've got it on a medium-high heat, so on an electric it's 4 out of 6. And you don't want to overcrowd the pan, so you want to put them in what would be skin side down.
Ooh.
And have a tray with a rack above it, and the oven preheated to 200 Celsius. Put them in gently away from yourself, shaking off any excess. So cook them until they're crispy on one side, probably about 4 minutes maybe, and then turn them over and place them on the wire rack. Do that with all of them. So I'll get my tongs out and I'll get ready for that. So we'll come back. I'm sure you don't need to see that. I'll come back near the time. Right. So 4 to 5 minutes. You'll see the blood's coming out of the middle of the bones, but that's not a problem. Turn them over. A nice colour on them. Turn them over gently. I mean, if you've got a deep fat fryer, by all means do these in a deep fat fryer. The only thing I would say about that though is when you're deep frying something with a flour coating, you get a lot of flour sits in the bottom of your deep fat fryer and you get a lot of sediment and it just spoils the fat. So it's a lot better doing it this way. I mean, you could do fish in batter like this, so that's going to get another 4 or 5 minutes.
Come back.
Come back.
See you soon.
So after another 3 minutes, the chicken's almost cooked through. Get it onto your wire rack. Give it a good drain. 2 reasons. 1, you don't want your chicken to be greasy, which it likely won't be because it's going in the oven. And 2, you don't want to waste all this oil. Now, I've put a bit of kitchen paper under here to catch some of this grease, so I can put my wine down. Now you could cook them just like that and just have them straight from the pan to the plate, but you do want to be safe with chicken, to be honest. So I'll cook all of these and we'll come back once I'm done. Now, so we take them all out. Now I know I'm having a bit of a laugh here with a drink. Obviously that was water. and I'm having a couple of glasses of wine. I'm going to get a bit serious here for a wee second though.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm having a drink while I'm cooking. I was a chef for 20 years, and quite often chefs drink while they're working. Doesn't make it right. But also the environment is right. You've got the right equipment, right protective equipment on. If you're cooking at home and you're having a drink, don't overdo it, honestly. Professional kitchen, if there's a fire, chances are it's not going to go on fire. At home, you've got so many things that go on fire. So, yeah, I'm having a wee laugh, but I'm not overdoing it on the drink. I know it's a bit serious for this laughy, crappy cooking, but sometimes you've just got to take life by the balls and go, no, that's a laugh, but you've got to be serious. So anyway, back to the crap. So, you've got all your chicken cooked off. I had the oven up at 200, I'm going to turn it down to about 170, and chicken's going to go in there and finish cooking. Now, I've got my pan of fat here. If this was proper southern cooking, I would pour off the fat, and the flour that's in the bottom I would pour in some cream and thicken it up and make a gravy. Which is pretty much how KFC make theirs, except they drain all the flour out of their deep fat fryers and it's minging. Anyway, I'm going to make a wee sort of cornmeal batter thingy-mabob. I couldn't be bothered making cornbread because the recipes I could find were for a whole pan this size, and I just want to make a wee sort of. So in there I've got a cup of polenta or cornmeal. I've got salt, pepper, and that was just a bit of bicarbonate of soda. So I'm just going to give it a break up, make sure that it's alright. Make a wee well in the centre. Crack in an egg. And you want to add enough milk just to make a thick batter. So for a cup of cornmeal and 1 egg, I'm reckoning about half a cup of milk tops. There we go, nice wet batter. Now I've got some large red spring onions that I've sliced up. Oh, nice. Could chop them finer if I wanted to, but I don't. Well, give them a stir in there. Plate them up. I actually looked at a jug because I was going to pour it, but I've changed my mind. And it's got a nice, but I'm going to use a bigger spoon. Make a nice big, messy looking polenta batter thingamabob. Hopefully that'll hold together. If it doesn't, don't cook it. It's just something I've made up on the spot, like many of my other dishes. I just gently plop them down, which is a great word. I'll follow there in there. Another pan on to medium-high heat. And get tidied up. So you're just going to cook them 2 or 3 minutes on either side until they're cooked in the middle. Just like making a pancake. So I'm going to get tidied up and get my act together. Come back. Right, so These are kind of puffing up because of the egg and the bicarb. And the heat's not too bad. So my other pan I've got the same temperature. So as you can see, I've got 1 clove of garlic. If a recipe calls for 1 clove of garlic, that's the minimum you should be using. So nicely dice up this garlic into relatively large chunks, just so it doesn't burn so quick. And the garlic let this pan dry. Unsalted butter. Take it off the heat a little bit. And put in a splash of oil. Just regular oil, doesn't need to be anything fancy. This is just to stop the butter burning. You want to put in about 25 grams of butter and let it melt. Sort of swirl round. And you want to get a good heap of chili flakes.
That smells good.
Put in as much as you like. Pepper. Salt. Back on the heat. Corn on the cob. Into there. Spoon. Roll it round. Baste the butter over the corn and cob and then into the oven. So you need a pan that's heat proof or oven proof even. Of course pans are heat proof, what a stupid thing to say. So I'm going to remove these ugly looking critters from here onto a plate with some kitchen paper. Take the oil off the heat, paper over the top. That's off, that's off, that's off. That's not hot, so I'm going to put that there. And now I'm going to make a wee salad. So I'll come back once I've tidied up and gotten that ready. Fried chicken! Oh
dear.
Oh shit, you fell. Right, there you go. Simple wee salad to go with this. So I've got some bean sprouts. It's lovely and crunchy.
Oh.
I've got a 2.5 inches and I've got a bit of carrot that I've peeled. So grate the carrot into there. A little bit of carrot, there we go. Some radish, finely sliced. And then tomatoes into quarters. And I've got 3 spring onions here. Actually, just had a wee thought, and no, it didn't hurt. I'm going to keep some of that.
A garnish.
Yeah. So, give it a quick turn. turn the oven off because they're going to be ready, I can tell. We drizzle of olive oil. Little drizzle of apple cider vinegar. Really small amount. And it's just a case of tidying everything up, getting your plates out, and getting organised to plate up. So we'll come back once we've done. Right, so it's just a case of plating up. So, salad, cornmeal thingamabobs, couple of chicken wings now. You can put the chicken wings straight in a plate, or you could do it this way. So I reckon what? 3 each probably do us just now.
Yeah, I think that's ample.
Oh, goes you can. Chicken wings are really cheap as well. So if you want, you can sprinkle in some het sauce of your choice. I'm using smoking het sauce, quite literally. Give them a wee toss about in the bowl, hence the greenery shit. Give them a bit of a toss about. Three chicken wings per portion. Whoops, a daisy. Sprinkle the green stuff over the top. And then go to Mechty. Is there only room for this sweet corn? And the answer is, of course there is. Get the chongs. Corn on there. Oh me. If that's not a meal fit for a southern queen, my name's Stanley Rothney.
Whoa. Awesome.
Happy crappy cooking. So, how were the wings?
Colonel Sanders, who's he?
Don't know. How does that compare to KFC?
I never eat KFC, so I don't know.
Oh, that's a good comparison. I thought it was pretty bloody good.
I've had KFC twice, so
Yeah.
it's much better.
Do you know what? I'll be honest, I could have cooked the chicken a little bit longer. You know, just so that they were falling apart a bit longer. I mean, the meat was cooked, but that coating's brilliant with the buckwheat. Really nice. And the little polenta thingy-me-bob that I had no idea that I came up with. How did that taste?
Wonderful.
And once you're finished cooking that bone, fancy cooking mine?
Oi! Stop!
Happy crappy cooking?